Hello everyone, good morning. My name is Sal with Roanoke Landscapes. Today we're going to show you guys how a typical irrigation system works. Start from the cross connection, main water line tap connection to the last heads. It can be a roto or spray heads. So that's what we're going to do today. All right, before we can even start an irrigation installation, we have to call 811 Miss Utility to come by and do the marking on all the underground lines. That's including gas line, water line, sewer line, communication line, and some other lines they're underground that we don't know they're there. So we have to do that by law. Before we can even stick the shovel into the ground or do any digging, we have to call Miss Utility, required by law, 811, and then get all your permits prior any installation of the irrigation. After we get all the permits, Miss Utility marking done, we got all those paperwork on our hands, and then we can start doing the hard part, the irrigation, the digging. So, but before you can even start doing that, you have to locate where's the main water meter. So typical, they're going to be close to the street. And some town, they require you or us to install a separate meter for the irrigation. So we have to find those things. So when you found the meter, the main meter, you have to locate the main line by digging near to the meter, and then you tap on a cross connection for the irrigation line only. So that's the first step we have to do. And then you got that one done, and then you have to check the pressure. Check your pressure. Make sure the pressure is enough to run your irrigation. It have to be at least 60, 65 psi or more. If it's more than 100, you have to install a pressure regulator. But for a normal, somewhere 65, 70 will be great, you know. But lower than 50, you have to maybe require a pump. Okay, so after we already locate our cross connection, install a new meter, we have to install our new cutoff valve and a blowout valve for the winterization. Keep in mind, all of this is going to be underground, and also it's going to have to be under the frost line. And some areas can be 18 inch, some areas will be 24 inch, 30 inch, 32, so depending on the area. So, but it have to be below frost line, so we don't want any damage to the irrigation line. Okay, so after we have our main irrigation cutoff and a blowout valve installed under the frost line, and then we'll move up to the most important component of the irrigation line, the RPZ, or backflow preventer. So what this component does, it will let the water to flow to the irrigation, but also it won't let the water to flow back to the main drinking water. So the water will flow through this component here. Has a lot of rubber kits, spring integrated inside of this component here to let the water flow. If it's any problem with the water, debris, sand, rocks, this guy will stop that. And also, if it's something happens on the other end of the irrigation, this guy won't let the water to flow back to the main drinking water. So this guy, it's one of the most important component that's on the irrigation. All right, so after we have our main cutoff valve, the blowout valve, the RPC or backflow, and then we'll move up to the next components, the solenoid valves. So from the solenoid valves back, it's always going to be a pressure. The water is going to stay and stop here. So the controller will send a signal to this guy in order to be open or closed, to let the water flow to the heads, to the lines where the heads are. So the controller previous install will send the low voltage to the solenoid valve and let this guy to open or close. Okay, so we got the solenoid installed. It's gonna have to be underground too. This guy won't have to be on the frost line, no, but have to be underground. So the controller will send the signal to this guy, the solenoid valve, and will let the water to flow to the heads. But there's a lot of type of heads out there, different brand, different sizes. So you can use them for a large area, you can use them for a small area. So normally typical rotor heads there are used for large beds or large turf area. And the spray heads normally used for small beds or small turf areas. So, but keep in mind the spray heads throw more water than the rotor heads on the if you measure your water using per minute. So, but yeah, there's a lot of different type of heads out there. It's more what is convenience for the area you're trying to irrigate. So, okay, so somewhere between the backflow and the solenoid valves, you will have your controller, any brand. There's a lot of option out there, and so you program it to run in the morning hours, you know, for proper watering. So somewhere early morning from 12 to 6 o'clock, best time to water your sod, your lawn, your plants. And then also you would like to have some type of rain sensor included with your controller, so that way you don't have to run irrigation when it's raining or after good rain. It have to be at least a quarter inch of rain or so. So this component, this guy here, that's a rain gauge, and this guy is a receiver. So both of these work together. So you place this guy where the rain will get, you'll get at least 100% chance of rain and a 100% of sun. So you place this guy where it's going to be really clear area. So this will be the rain gauge, and this is your receiver of this. So this guy have to be wired into the controller. So if this guy receive a signal from the rain gauge, we'll send the signal to this, and then this guy will send the signal to the controller, and we'll shut the system down if it's raining or after a good rain. Hope you guys enjoyed this short video about a typical irrigation system. Below we have some of the most common questions we have answered for you guys. So please check those out, and we'll see you next time.